Up my family, you know, similar to the FBI, and the public authority here. We has truly been tired, you know, who their folks are a long time. Before you go, let me be parent, allow me to meet these people. A fair consequence will be given equity. Will be sir, it will be surely music. Stunning film has become exposed, which shows the Cabo 6 getting hopped for how they stabbed Weller Robinson. Her supposed killers were found in the act at Electric Tequila in Greensboro, North Carolina, last Wednesday night. And let you know they got what they merited. We, as a whole, realized it was inevitable before Alice Hyatt, Victor Donovan, and D. Jeannie Jackson face a few outcomes as per the word on the road. This is just the start of their retribution. Currently delivering this video took a ton of work for the North Carolina thump. We endlessly watched it over and over until we could plainly recognize no less than two individuals from the famous Cabo 6 getting a decent pulsating. And that is not all people individuals who saw the occurrence approached and affirmed that Hyatt, Donovan, and Jackson were the ones on the less than desirable finish of this unforeseen new development. It was something else taking them from a territory of astonishing effortlessness to a drifting open door. Investigate this photograph. In this actually shot, you can see Danny Jackson brandishing a blue shirt and tore blue jean shorts or anything style setback. She has continuing now sources at first misidentified the woman in the white outfit would leave his colder time of year sunrise occasion. Yet it turns out she's Satisfaction Elise, a companion of D. Jenny Winter. And Alice here's a photograph of her after a graduation function on Wednesday. Sadly, sources haven't had the option to decidedly recognize Winter in the video. Yet onlookers guarantee she was without a doubt present at the scene. Currently, this is what we really do know. Alice Hyatt and DJ Jackson were most certainly there. We should simply say they didn't have the greatest evening. As per a source associated with the battle, the entire difficulty began when a lady whom he perceived as Danny Jackson inquired as to whether her companion was recording her. The lady expressed that she told Hyatt no. Yet after Hyatt left, a similar lady's companion asked about her character. And think about what she spilled the tea, uncovering that those were the young ladies who did the shut to Shanquella. The strain raised as the night wore on. And when the bar shut, things got downright ugly. The individuals from the Cabo 6 couldn't resist the opportunity to mix the pot. And that is the point at which this bold lady and others chose to move forward and reveal something life-changing to them. In spite of that giving out of equity, it has been rare for Shanquella and her family, after government examiners as of late proclaimed we won't document charges in that frame of mind. After a broad examination, the U.S. branch of equity reported that they wouldn't be chasing. After the case expressing that their choice depended on a nitty-gritty and careful assessment of the accessible proof, including Robinson's post-mortem report, the division likewise guaranteed the public that they have met with Robinson's family to examine their discoveries and stay ready to survey and look at new data, assuming it arose following the arrival of this news. Sue Ann Robinson communicated the family's opinions in a question and answer session, saying, "We're frustrated." Yet not prevented, she uncovered that the discoveries have left them with additional inquiries. Then responds to individuals' reports that Robinson questioned the U.S. post-mortem, guaranteeing it neglected to decide the reason for death or uncover a spinal rope injury, not at all like the Mexican post-mortem examination. She contrasted the circumstance with the George Floyd case, taking note of when we were we weren't seeing, no, we seeing, and truly, it's not hard to see the reason why. How can you go to let individuals know that you were unable to decide a reason for death and can't remove the crooks following quite a while of making the casualty's family stand by its sheer and skill? This unfortunate story began back in October when Shanquella Robinson, a 25-year elderly person from Charlotte, North Carolina, and 6 of her companions showed up in the beautiful town of San Jose del Link, situated on Mexico's Baja California promontory. Unfortunately, a day after the fact, Robinson was sound dead in the investment property, where they were remaining while her companions at first illuminated her mom that liquor harming was the reason for death. The authority demise testament credited it to a spinal rope and neck injury lobbies. For an examination strengthened after a viral video caught one of her companions genuinely attacking her Robinson's family, and their lawyer guaranteed that Mexican specialists had finished up their examination and followed the suitable removal strategies. Yet no captures were caused by U.S. specialists. They'd feel left in obscurity, baffled by the apparent stagnation chasing after equity for their little girl's executioner. Currently following a bureaucratic investigation into the case, the U.S. Division of Equity has declared that no bureaucratic charges will be recorded, stating in a news discharge that the arraignment, the last discussion Robinson had was with her mom daily. Before her less than ideal passing relating that morning, her mom imparted to CNN, "When I talked with her, she was by all accounts pretty cheerful. She was giggling," she said. "She appeared to be exceptionally blissful on that trip. I said, okay, have a good time, love you, I will converse with you tomorrow." And I had absolutely no point ever talked with her. In the future, Robinson was an alum of West Charlotte Secondary School and had gone to Winston-Salem State College, where she shaped enduring fellowships with a portion of the people who went with her on the doomed outing her dad, reference to the New York Times that she maintained her own business work in plaiting kids' hair following the revelation of Robinson's dead body in the parlor of their getaway rental. Her companions thought back, this left her dad confused regarding the reason why they were permitted to leave Mexico, as he imparted to the Times a troubling video arose revealing insight into the fierce truth of what unfolded. The recording flowed broadly online. After her passing shows somebody violently attacking Robinson, the aggressor tosses her to the ground, conveying kicks and punches all around her body, and had a male voice behind the scenes can be heard asking Quella, "Can you basically retaliate?" Robinson's dad affirmed that it was for sure his little girl in the video, uncovering she's not a warrior. She didn't put stock in show the conditions encompassing Robinson's end turned out to be considerably more dubious. When her demise authentication was inspected, in spite of her companion's underlying case about liquor harming, the authentication recounted to an alternate story. As per the Times, it expressed that Robinson was found oblivious in the lounge of the San Jose del Cabo occupants and died roughly 15 minutes in the wake of supporting wounds. Remarkably, there was no notice of liquor harming amidst this shocking misfortune. An itemized police report shed light on the unfurling occasions on that portentous evening of October 29, 2022. A worry call for clinical help provoked a specialist's landing in the getaway home, as reported by the Charlotte Spectator. The assessment uncovered that Robinson had stable fundamental signs, yet was dried out and unfit to convey, likely because of the huge measure of liquor she had consumed, albeit the specialist prescribed moving Robinson to a clinic for legitimate treatment. Her companions demanded really focusing on her at the country estate. As unveiled in the police report, notwithstanding their best goals, the circumstance took an uncommon turn when Robinson encountered a seizure during an endeavor to manage an intravenous line. Right now, one of her companions quickly dialed for a rescue vehicle, as shared by the Spectator, at 4:49 p.m. The specialist's serious disclosure of no heartbeat set off prompt activity. Along with one of Robinson's companions, they fearlessly started cardiopulmonary parallel revival in a frantic piece to save her life. Paramedics showed up quickly, proceeding with the revival endeavors, with rounds of CPR controlling adrenaline and using a defibrillator. Tragically, their brave endeavors were to no end, and at 5:57 p.m. Shanquella Robinson was articulated, departed in the repercussions of this staggering misfortune. Daniel de la Rosa, the principal legal officer for Baja California Sur, ventured forward in November to address the general population with crushing sadness. He uncovered that Robinson's troublesome passing come about because of a demonstration of direct hostility, perceiving the size of the wrongdoing, carried out against her a capture warrant for femicide, the designated killing of a lady, due to her orientation, had been